Hello everyone, welcome back. Let's go meet the Duke. Duke of Wolfgren. The room below is animated amidst a heated debate. All the representative groups are easily discerned in the crowd. Crucible Knights, stiff in their noisy armor, sit in one section. In another are well-dressed members of House Dominel, casual, watching with the Predator's interest. Still, elsewhere are the ramshackled dozens, who have made no special effort to dress up for their liege lord. Interspersed are animancers in their academic robes with expressions either sour or concerned.
Well then, answer me this, Master Barash. If you animancers represent our best hope to cure the legacy, what progress can you demonstrate?
Ramir de Barask is originally from Palminia. He's one of the finest minds in animancy to come out of the Valian Republics. He left for Defiance Bay 5 years ago, because he believed this was the true heart of animancy research.
Okay.
As I've said, it isn't about progress, it's about potential.
My house would agree, Your Grace. We see great potential in its future.
And I suppose your blazing profits during the legacy don't have nothing to do with that, do they, Dominel? You can't have it both ways no more! Animancy goes, or this country goes!
Yeah, I guess we should have done maybe not one with the dozens.
So you admit, Master Barask, that animancy is no closer to stopping the legacy than it ever was.
No, we've had many promising experiments. Cadman Azo has shown...
Let's not talk about it. About Cadman Azo.
Cadman Azo murdered a child. For a complete failure. We should be hanging him right now for what he done. The dozens won't stand for it.
You don't really have to hang him. I mean, it wasn't me. I heard a rumor that he died.
There is no need. Master Azo recently passed the Shroud, and while the experiment failed, his work
was sabotaged, I'll scream from the balcony.
Ah, our new delegate from the dozens. What makes you say sabotage?
Oh? I met a false patient in Brackenbury Sanitarium who had tampered with Azo's
The
machinery.
fuck's that even matter? These are people who would toy with the lives of our children.
Indeed. Even assuming there was sabotage, is this Animancer Azo not still accountable here?
There was sabotage, but yeah, that dude was guilty. And I judged him guilty, and I killed him. He should be held guilty. After the farce we saw in the sanitarium, I couldn't agree more.
Exactly. Look at what happened in Heritage Hill. Our supposed protectors from Crucible Keep can't even clean up the messes Animancy leaves.
But I did.
Your Grace, we'd have a much easier time of it if our knights weren't so occupied trying to keep their organization from igniting a revolution on our very doorstep.
Heritage Hill is blood on your hands, Justiciar. You turn a blind eye, and look what happens.
Though the knights were unable to control the damage, it was not animancy, but an ancient machine that caused it. Yeah, I'll go with this one.
You've some strange taste in travels, friend. The height of your tales expands with every breath.
My word is my oath. I challenge anyone here to find someone who knows different. No, we're kind of aggressive. Might 16. You think some rotting corpse or volunteer guard could stand in my way? I earned my answers.
I'll grant that you look the part. Tell us what you saw in Heritage Hill.
Terranonoth houses an Iguitha machine that holds dominion over the flow of souls. If this was... It was this machine that made the district undead.
Even if it is as you say, we have testimony that a group of animancers had been spending time there. Surely their tinkering had something to do with this.
Damn my intelligence. But I mean, there was someone else there.
Animancy has many enemies. You need only look around this room to see it.
You're missing the point. Everywhere there's animancers, there's disaster. We all know what Widewind's legacy's really about. And it ain't about some sparkling saint from Creed Ceres who's mad because he took a stroll down the wrong bridge. It's about a bunch of so-called intellectuals fucking with the natural order while the rest of us gotta suffer for it.
Is it, though? Should we not take the time to reach a clear conclusion? I mean, what proof do we have?
I did kill, like, all the Dominel family, right? I keep getting hung up on this. It was the Dominels, right? Had to been. How did I not kill you? How did you make it out of this? Out of the massacre?
My son and daughter are buried beneath the floor of my house. We don't own no land, so that's where we lay them. My son. My wife let him slip when she was bathing him. Got water in his lungs he couldn't cough up. My daughter? We put her to bed one night, and the next morning she wasn't breathing. This Hollowborn thing, it ain't ending. And it ain't ending because we still let these charlatans play God. There's your proof, you damn copper fucker.
Copper fucker. Huh, it's a good one.
Enough, Adric. Lady Dominel makes a point. If it's animancy, then why do the other states that permit the practice not suffer the same fate? Who among us can say he truly understands why the legacy has taken hold here?
Bring order to the chaos here. I can. Aww. Waywind's legacy is the creation of the Leaden Key. Caedmon Azo's downfall was their work, as was the tower in Heritage Hill. They want you to do this. They want Animancy to fall. I have seen them in the ruins of Air Glanfath, operating machines that disrupt and redirect the flow of souls, near towns like Gilded Vale and Deerford, where the legacy is universal. As a watcher, I have heard their dead confess their plot. They are stealing the souls of the unborn.
Beasts. Another lunatic at the hearing. Did you remember to lock your sanitarium before you left, Master Barask?
You want to see Crazy make one more smart comment like that? Birth invalids until your womb dries for all I care. The rest of these people will hear the truth. I'm gonna go with this one. I like that.
You must know, friend, that the Leaden Key is a mantle for small-time ruffians and children at play. I'm not saying you're a liar. Not yet. But you'd better start making sense of all this. Help us believe you.
I'm not honest enough. I think I've been pretty honest in this game. Animancy wants to suppress. Very real, they are foreigners who hate dear one and want to see it suffer. Let's say a lord is cuckolded by his wife. If he tells her to stop, she'll only want her lover more. But if he spreads a rumor that her lover has just visited a brothel and acquired a pox in his loins, she'll... What? Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that one.
Another guess! Throw him out on his ass, Your Grace! He's wasting our time!
Shall I tell you then of the robes these people wore? Of the runes inscribed in a dead language swearing an oath to Wotica to seal knowledge with a key of lead? Sound like children to you?
I don't know about all of this.
You've made an unexpected case, friend. I'll say that much. It seems we have a new possibility to consider, at the very least. How was it you came to learn all this?
The Martyrs of the Dozen supported my search for answers. No. He just wanted me to get thrown out my ass. I don't think I'm going to help you guys. I took a personal interest in the matter. I tried to learn what I could.
Indeed. This land is foreign to you, unless I miss my guess. Your efforts on its behalf are to be commended. But these hearings are about more than Widewind's legacy, even though that is our most pressing concern. Let's say for the moment that I were to take you at your word that our friends in Brackenbury Sanitarium and their peers bear no responsibility for this curse upon my country. I'm curious, what would you do if you were in my position?
Yeah, sure. If you don't, someone else will, and they will wield great power over you. Suddenly nods in approval. Yeah. Animancers serve their own ambitions and their own purses. Giving them this power is like setting a child loose in an armory. Do not trust these Animancers, seeking first after gain and glory. But if they can heal our children, I will not hinder them.
Very well. That is all I wish to hear. Not just from you, but from everyone. Many days we've been at this. It is time we put it to rest. I want to thank the delegations for helping me collect my thoughts. And our new delegate, who has warned us of a new possibility that must be looked into. The time has come to choose a direction for the Deerwood. I am ready to make my pronouncement. Ramir D. Barash, representing the interests of Animancers in Deerwood, step forward.
Your Grace.
The arguments for and against Animancy are both strong in their own way. I must be careful in my judgment.
Forgive me, Your Grace. We will accept no judgment but our own.
What's he doing? No! Avenge on you!
No, wait!
Stop this at once!
That's great. I'm glad we couldn't stop any of that.
I've given you every chance to end this pursuit. Shall I end it for you?
Too bad no one saw that dude just kind of walk into that room.
Another time. I am already late.
Sure, yeah, I'll faint. The words "shall I end it for you" ring in your ears. You find yourself gasping for breath, struggling to keep your own balance. You drop to a knee and watch as Theos hurries out of the building. The world dims around you, the screams and clashing of weapons fading to silence. All that remains are the words.
Shall I end it for you?
Theos stands at the pulpit high above an assembly of robed onlookers, you among them, clustered around a wide circular pit carved of stone. He addresses a woman bound backward over a large iron wheel overlooking the great stone maw. Many of the woman's fingers and toes are severed, and the bottom of her feet are charred black. The skin on one side of her face looks like melted candle wax, black and red and seeping, and the angle of her back suggests a spine in ruins. Yet for all that, her expression betrays little of her anguish.
I am already at peace, Grand Inquisitor. Are you?
So be it. If you desire no end, you shall have none. I find you guilty of heresy. May the eternal prison bar your soul from passage, for it is beyond redemption.
He nods to a hooded attendant who begins untying her from the wheel. You open your eyes to the beamed ceiling of the palace grand entry hall. The clangs of metal striking metal waft in from outside alongside the cries of the injured as you stagger to your feet. Eder leans in, his head upside down in your sight as he peers down at you from above. Hey, you're alive. He looks you over, frowning. Can you move? We shouldn't stick around. When deer wounds get stirred up, they like to start burning things. Off to one side, you can hear the clinking rustle of chainmail, and you look over to see a wounded guard slumped against the wall. He's trying to say something seemingly directed at you, but at first, it is too faint to hear. He gathers his breath and manages to rasp out a few words. Lady Webb, she's the only... She must be told. She'll know what to do. Please find her. Tell her everything.
Hey.
I'm glad you told me about Lady Webb. Guard who managed to hold on just long enough to say a few words. Uh-oh, we have a major adventure here. Send Alpha. I don't know, it looks like they kind of want to fight. Oh, what the?
I'll see what I can find.
Okay.
I shall be discreet.
I'm gonna help the guards. This is kind of funny.
For Anthus!
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Alright, I guess I have nothing to say. Huh, that's blocked off. Task failed, clandestine cargo. What? Well, they burned down the sanitarium. Blood in the fountain. This does not bode well. What did I tell you? I had a feeling she's gonna be dead. We'll see if she's alive. I did say Theos was gonna be the one to kill her. Let's see if there's also Theos up here. Lady Web lies still in her bed, an ornate cushion propping her back upright. The blood pooled beneath the gash in her chest is tacky and nearly dry. A shattered glass rests on the floor beneath her dangling hand. You can feel the faint aura of her fading essence in your keen, whatever. Told you she was gonna. I knew it. I just had a feeling. I was like, you know what? She's gonna be dead because she's like, oh, if you come back and celebrate, there'll be a little bit of this great brandy or whatever for you. And I'm like, that sounds like something someone would say when you're never gonna see them again. Oh, video games. Reach out for it. You make contact and are immersed in a torrent of sensory input and experience. When it calms, you find yourself in the same room, lying in bed with a glass of brandy in your hand. Through the walls from the streets outside come the sounds of screams and shattering glass, and then the cacophony of an angry mob. You take a sip, and it warms your gullet. Across the room, the door opens behind a patient, steady push. Into the room walks Theos. Motherfucker. It's so... I really wish they didn't do it this way, but like it was just so damn obvious because she told. Anyway, you wait until the last of the brandy has trickled down your throat before you speak. I was a fool to think I could.
I was a fool to think I could tame these people.
You came closer than most.
A fine epitaph.
No worse than any.
You are concentrating, focusing with all of your energy. It feels as though you are diving into a stone wall over and over, but it cracks suddenly, unexpectedly, allowing the vaguest wisp of a thought to leak through.
What's in Twin Elms?
Did you pull that from my thoughts?
I've had time to practice.
Ah.
He walks over to a small table and raises a half-empty brandy bottle to eye level. He seems to approve of the selection and begins to reach for an empty glass.
I was saving that for someone.
Pity.
He replaces the brandy.
You know this is how it has to be.
He places the brandy bottle on the table with care before approaching the bedside. He sits on the edge of the bed next to you. His words come freely, absent of all doubt. He draws a long, curved knife from his belt, smeared with fresh blood. With his left hand, he gently pins your sternum as he raises the knife in the other, its point dangling above your heart.
Prove it.
Theo slips the knife between your ribs and pushes it through. Layers of tissue separate with brittle, papery stiffness, and blood wells up around the blade. A pulsive reflex causes you to drop your glass to the floor, and you hear it shatter. With the last of your strength, you take his knife hand in both of yours, a question radiant in your mind. For an instant, to your great surprise, the pathway to his mind is left open to you, unguarded, and the answer comes. Simple, cataclysmic in its reordering of your thoughts. As Lady Webb, you feel as though you have an answer you searched for all your life, but in your own mind, her understanding lies just beyond your reach. Well, they can't give away the entire game, right? It's only Act 2. That would just be unfair. You look at Theos with wide eyes of someone seeing for the first time and draw your last breath as a black, velvety darkness descends over you.
Smoke rises above the city walls in billowing plumes that blacken the sky like a storm. Behind the walls, the riots rage on. Known patrons of Animancy are forced into hiding as looters ransack their estates and make off with their possessions. Animancers are torn away from their families and dragged from their homes to be stoned to death in the streets. Word had spread immediately that Duke Avar had been assassinated, and that an Animancer was to blame. The city wasted little time in exacting revenge, and little effort into evaluating guilt. In the center of it all, Brackenberry Sanitarium burned. And down the lane, Hodred House, the last bastion of stability in the Deerwood, had fallen silent. Now safely outside the city gate, your path points eastward to Twin Elms, where Theos is bound, for reasons that remain mysterious as the leaden key itself.
Huh.
Hey.
So we can't do Eddar's quest. Is
Hey.
I kind of need to get in there for Eddar's quest, guys. No? I can't get back in there? Well, shoot. As you cross the bridge, Eloth draws up beside you. The fires of Defiance Bay cast a shivering, flickering light across one half of his face.
Please stop. I need to tell you something.
Go ahead.
I have not been entirely honest about my motives for traveling with you up to this point.
Punch him in the face.
When I finished my training in Adir, I was introduced to an organization. All I knew was that they were opposed to the unchecked spread of animancy, and that they could guarantee me postings far away from the Seathwood my father and his Earl. At that time, it was enough. In the early years, I thought of them as many things. Hooded men, prudent teachers, the leaden key. Their rules were strict, but their guidance was clear. I sincerely believe they wanted to keep Kith from the folly of their own foolish ambitions. I came to the Deerwood a little over a year ago. My orders were to gather information on animancy in the region. A senior contact met with me every few months to receive my reports and issue new leads. She sent me to Gilded Vale to keep an eye on events surrounding the local lord, but I lost track of her shortly after that. I don't know if she was reassigned, killed, or sacrificed the way you saw. By the time you met me, I'd been on my own for a couple of months.
And you thought I'd make an easy target.
No, that's not it, I swear. I needed some kind of direction. And after that scrape with the locals, I was ready to get out of town. But then you mentioned the hooded figures in the machine, and I was sure you were on the trail of the leaden key. And I was correct in a way. What we found wasn't what I expected. I knew the leaden key was trying to stop animancy, but I didn't realize how far they'd gone. Murder, sabotage, abandoning entire districts to shambling horrors. And now the whole city is up in flames. I'm still not sure about animancy, but I know I've been following the wrong master. Please, accept my apology, and my service. Let me fight with you to stop Theos.
And what do you really expect us to do with this too-late confession? Trust you on your word?
I still feel kinda attached, even with the betrayal. He's got this way of taking offense that I really like. Tough one. I mean, to play it in character, because tokshen had a group of friends before, and they kind of betrayed him, I think. That's how the original conversation went in the very beginning of the game. I think he should be happy that I don't kill him. I want to say apology accepted, but my character, as aggressive and fiery as he is, I think would just probably blurt out something like one of these two.
As you say, I wish you the best of luck against Theos. Truly.
Give me your magic items, though. Damn it. I don't think he gave me his magic items. Some people may be upset with my choice to kick Aloth out. Some of you. And that's okay. But I think I gotta play with my character there, and I think my character would have kicked him out. Maybe down the line, if he saw Aloth again, he'd be like, look, I can accept you, but look, he's a fiery guy. He lives in the moment. And when Aloth would tell him that, I think he'd be pretty pissed. That he's been working with the Leaden Key all this time. Technically not, I guess. He hasn't seen a Leaden Key member for a long time, but I think my character would still be pissed. So that's how I played it there. We're going to end it there. Aloth is now gone, I guess. We'll have to pick up another character. So we'll get to that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.